Imagine 6 months from now, waking up to having achieved that one thing you thought was impossible. It has started this snowball effect that leads you into the lifestyle you always wanted. You look in the mirror and your body represents the new man you've become. You go to social events excited to display this new improved version of yourself. Doesn't this excite you? That for us men, it's literally up to us whether or not it happens. That in 6 months, you can have what you want. In this modern time, it is impossible to succeed without obsession. My dad always taught me about balance, and he was fundamentally right, but not in this context. Trying to be balanced all the time sets you up for failure, because everywhere you go in this world, you will be distracted and you don't even have a chance against them. Failing and failing and failing again until I had a devastating breakup, lost all my income the week after, and had to move back in with my parents at 26. And I asked myself, do I need balance right now? To achieve this extraordinary life, it takes extraordinary action. And listen man, our life has seasons. And the most important season that most men never pass is getting that first big win that gives you the momentum to cruise downstream into your dream lifestyle. Life is easy when you have flow, but you gotta earn it. And so in my darkest hour, I created a different kind of monk mode that would make it impossible for me not to succeed. No meditation, no journaling, no barefoot on grass, no ice baths. This monk mode was designed for myself. And before I unpack this 3-step monk mode guide, here's what you need to understand. In our modern age, working in the shadows is the only way to do it. Because if you step out, everyone wants a piece of you. You're pulled in every fucking direction, paralyzing you in your current position. Monk mode isn't just a cool tactic, it is a necessity for any man who's tired of leaving things up to chance and having time pass them by without moving forward. And this is not just some lock in bro and grind approach. This is designed to create the absolute purest connection between you and the image you want, using techniques that are going to blow you away if you apply them, and all simple enough that it fits on one simple page. And here's what I'll give you. Step 1, prepare the shadows. Setting up the 3 pillars of this monk mode correctly and safely. Step 2, your roadmap, a minimalist approach to strategy, planning and workflow for maximum impact. And then step 3, transmutation. This last step is what differentiates this approach from anything else that's out there. And the simple reason why this monk mode will have you succeed. This only works if you apply all the 3 steps, so make sure to watch the whole thing. And before we start, if you appreciate my work and enjoy not having ads, then feel free to like the video. Now, let's get into this. Step 1, prepare the shadows. I'll give you 3 pillars that you can fill out that support the whole monk mode. After that, I'll guide you to launch safely. So if monk mode is derived from the practice of a monk, what is his objective? His objective is to retreat from society, to eat, sleep, and train. And that's usually one single thing, whether that be a spiritual goal or a physical goal, it will be the same practice every single day. From that objective, we derive the truth of what this period should be about, which is to make the connection between you and the thing you're building as pure as possible. Most of these other videos are more like, look at all my fancy routines mode. This is designed to be closer to a real pure monk mode that increases the certainty for success. And the first pillar are the ground rules. And it's very simple. No alcohol, drugs, or partying. Second, no women and sex. Third, no entertainment, just education, which means the unit of content you're consuming. Would you make notes about it? If the answer is no, then it's entertainment to you and you should eradicate it completely. And then fourth, which is crucial to the last step, is semen retention. If you are a beginner, I suggest you go for a 30-day cycle, which means streaks of 30 days and then resetting by ejaculating at the end of the 30 days. You will get everything you need out of those streaks, trust me. If you're more advanced, you can go for longer cycles or even go for the full 6-month semen retention streak. Now, if you are in a relationship, then communicate with your partner to find a healthy solution where she will be put in a position to inspire you, where she is aware of your mission and she's there to support it. You don't have to stop having sex with your girlfriend, you just need to stop ejaculating. You can read The Way of the Superior Man by David Deida to learn more about how you can actually do that. Now, super important about these 4 rules that you have. When you break a rule, don't feel sad for yourself, don't slow yourself down, because these rules aren't the goal, they are a means to get to the actual goal. For example, if you break your semen retention streak, don't judge yourself and feel sorry for yourself, because this will just slow down the actual goal, right? They are not limitations, they are here to empower you to get to the one thing you want. That's pillar 1. Above that, we have pillar 2. This is creator work. To be creative and to take action, you need energy. Creator work is what gives you the energy. These are the regenerative activities. In other words, the only other things that you will be doing besides your actual work and training. I can make this super simple for you. There are 3 things you need to set and we sacrifice the rest. Number 1 is choose one physical activity. One physical outlet for you to express all that sexual energy you're building up and to get all the endorphins, creativity and energy out of it to fuel your actual work. For monk modes, I sacrifice jiu-jitsu and stick to the gym because it's more time effective for me. It is absolutely essential that you do have one physical activity, because otherwise it's going to be very hard to deal with all this energy that we're going to be building up in these steps. In my opinion, the gym is just a classic and very time-effective example. The second one is your sleeping cadence. Choose one sleeping cadence. I go to bed at 12, I get up at 8. This creates a scenario where you don't even need an alarm anymore and you don't have to make any decisions anymore about sleep. You wake up in the morning high on energy, ready to get to work immediately. Third is your eating cadence. Literally decide the moments where you will be eating in your monk mode. For me, I do intermittent fasting. I eat at 4 p.m. and at 8 in the evening. The rest of my time, now with these 3 cadences set, is completely available for my work. I eat 2 times, I don't have to think about sleep, and I go to the gym once in the day. All the rest is for you to be sacrificed. Get rid of it for this season. It is so crucial to make this the most simplistic routine that you can possibly develop. And we only need eating, sleeping, and working out to do it. Now, the last pillar on top of that is creative work. The energy that you're building up gets spent in that highest pillar, creative work. And it consists of 2 simple things. The goal at the end of the period, the one big thing you want, and what you give in return for it. That's the value you create, that's the skill you are honing. If you are employed, freelancing, or you have a business, then lock these 2 in right now. If you are studying or searching, go do the Ikigai exercise, just Google it, fill out the exercise and stop thinking. It is time for you to act. You cannot think your way into purpose, you cannot think your way into action. For you, when you're studying or searching, you need to devote yourself to one isolated direction and begin taking action. The rest will sort itself out. So now with your 3 pillars set, it's time to launch safely. Communicate to your friends exactly what you're intending to do and that you will be seeing them less. Say the same to your family. And then most importantly, respectfully cut all the ties that you have with women that are not going to be your wife. Cut all the ties with friends with benefits. Remove dating apps. Stop all the texting lines you have going on. You cannot have any open lines be there. This is a season fully about you. And because you are a gentleman, you will respectfully cut them off instead of ghosting them. Now, if you are someone who absolutely needs, and this is often introverts that can fall into the trap of isolation, if you need more social connection, please swap the physical activity to martial arts. This group container will give you everything you need, all the connection you need, or if it gets tough, simply see your friends. Guys, this is not a prison. Let's be intelligent and safe about it. We are social animals. If it gets too tough, see your friends, be social, and keep going. Now you have prepared the shadows. It's time to find our place in it. And so, of course, we create your roadmap. You know what you want. You know what you're going to give in return. So now the only question is, how are you going to get it? Let's create your very simple one-sentence strategy. Here's how you do it. Number one, the end goal, the thing you want. You've already defined this. Number two is choosing the lever activities. These are the 20% of your work that get 80% of the result. These are the leveraged activities. For example, if I post a video on YouTube, I get X amount of leads. Define your lever activities at this current moment. This is crucial. And then step 3, simply define a target for those lever activities. 2 videos per week, talking to 100 prospects a day, 3 hours of practicing editing. Define your lever activities and set a actionable, specific target for them. That allows us now to create your one-sentence strategy. I'll give you 2 examples to just show you how it looks. For example, online coaching. If I create the best offer that currently exists in my niche, post 5 videos on YouTube every week, and talk to 100 leads every day, it will be unreasonable if I don't make my first 10K. Video editing agency. If I master my cinematic editing style, turn it into an irresistible service offer, and reach out to 50 self-improvement YouTubers above 5K subscribers every day, then it will be unreasonable if I don't start making 10K a month. This is how you get there, and you can add complexity along the way, right? You need to get to point B and you need to get going, and nothing is better than hardcore simplicity, because success is simple. That's why in Jiu-Jitsu, in online business, always in the beginning we go through this mental maze and it's so complex, and then in the end we realize, oh, it's this simple. So start there, skip this painful phase and get going. Now let's create your new standard day, and this is where everything comes together. So go into your workflow tool. I use Notion. I have a very simple week-to-week planning where I plan every single day. You can use whatever you want. Analog pen and piece of paper. I don't give a shit. Why? Because everybody will have a better, optimal, fancy, shiny productivity software and best way to do it. But guess what? The best way for you to do anything is how you do it. So cut out the noise. Choose one place where you will be doing your daily planning. And now for tomorrow, the first standard day of your monk mode, simply look at your creator work and fill out your schedule. So what time are you waking up? What time do you have your meals? And what time do you have your workout? All the rest is space for you to work on your craft, to create value, to do the actual thing. Those lever activities that you defined, it's time to fill them out and create a standard day. And now things get interesting. It's time for action, right? It's time to walk in the shadows. And most men will have limiting beliefs where even if they take action day in, day out, they still have this itch, this feeling that the thing you want is out of reach, that for you, you're not gonna get it. Step 3 is here to crush all of that and make it an absolute certainty that you're gonna succeed in this period. This term, locking in, right? I believe that this term is going so viral because every man in his core somewhere knows that it's true, that women and sex is what distracts us, either through porn or fantasizing about the girl on the street, scrolling endless garbage and thirst traps on Instagram and TikTok. Love, sex, jealousy, all these things pull us out of our reality where we are building something. And you are now, if you made it to step 3, you are now accumulating all that sexual desire. And how this monk mode is different is that we are going to use that. Firstly, of course, by virtue of you taking action. That is of course, the number one thing where you get to express that sexual energy, right? But then secondly, you can turn that energy into absolute, unwavering confidence that you're gonna get the thing that you want. And here's how. And you just have to take my word for it. As a guy who is very logical, it is yet to fail me. Forget about all that manifestation crap. This is how it actually works. Set the image of the thing that you want. So create a mental, a vivid picture of you having the thing that you are doing this all for. Secondly, create a picture of you doing the thing that got you that goal. For example, you'd be visualizing how you are looking at your Stripe notifications and you made that 20K you're going for. You visualize the whole picture, right? And I would then be visualizing what I am doing to make that money. So for example, I'm visualizing how I'm editing for these amazing YouTube channels and I'm like increasing their views and I can see the view count. I'm looking in their analytics and I see the subscriber growth. You make that picture vivid as hell, right? That's the only two things. You having the thing and you doing the thing that got you that. Now it gets fascinating. When I was rounding up my studies in international business at uni, I skipped a lot of exams near the end because I was focusing on my business then, which put me in a position where I need to do my thesis and like 7 exams in the same closing weeks. The teachers told me this is absolutely impossible. You're gonna have to do an extra year. My parents obviously furious. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna do this impossible thing, right? So what I did, and I stumbled upon this, was I had this song, it's called Win from J-Rock, and it always like fired me up.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah.
So I created the visual image of me walking out of my last exam, going in the bus and checking my phone, seeing all the grades that I've passed my thesis and that I've passed my exams. And now how I went back home and how I would go out tonight, who I would see there, how I would feel with this achievement under my belt. And I started doing this every day, like when I walked to the gym, when I was in the bus going to school, commute, anything, right? I would blast this song by J-Rock and visualize me having that impossible result. Now, I got the result. The teachers were absolutely shocked. My parents didn't understand it either. I did something that felt impossible to me for the first time. Recently, I remembered this experience and I started adding it to that visualization practice I just shared with you, making it so much fun, just walking anywhere. I'm blasting a song that's the anthem for that specific monk mode period that I'm on. So what I'm telling you is choose a song and make it the anthem for this monk mode period. And now use that song as a way for you to start visualizing. I swear to God, it is so freaking powerful. Now this music and all this sexual energy you translate into the visual image of you having the thing. And after a few weeks, you will notice because you will start feeling unintimidated by that 20K or 30K or whatever it is you want. Rather now it will feel like an expectation. You know it's going to happen. And please in the comments, share with me the song that you're gonna use. I'll also share you the song that I'm currently using on the monk mode I'm on now.